people, welcome to the cockpit of 3917 X-Ray. I've just been up doing some manoeuvres, which was in the previous video. Go and give that a watch if you've not seen that one. That's a really good one. I came out to see if I could still do some manoeuvres up to check ride standard in a single engine aeroplane. Now is another test. So I'm approaching my airfield here. I'm going to do a normal landing at first. I've not landed a general aviation aircraft in a long time, so this video is probably going to be full of amazing excuses, like I had ice cream last night and it made my stomach hurt, it's windy, there's a cloud there, I'm seeing the glare off the water down here. It's just all conditions against me today. My before landing checklist is done. I'm going to do it again here to say was we got it, approach briefing, yeah, we're golden. Seats upright set, seatbelt shoulder height, so mixture range, fuel pump, landing light, fuel selectors on the fullest tank, flaps as required. I'm going to enter a right downwind for runway 9.
Lima, right down runway 9, touch and go, land north.
So that's the touch and go, okay. So there's already people down there. And I'll land on north, checking 3917 X-ray, about 3 miles to the south. Going to be entering a right downwind for runway 09 for some touch and goes at all land on north.
Land north, Stallibrass 29 Lima, right base, final runway 9, touch and go, land north.
To your knowledge, are you the only ones in the pattern there, all on and off?
We are currently, yeah.
Alright, Roger, we got you in sight, so I'm going to enter the right base for runway 9.
Copy that, 29 Lima.
Radio communication, boys and girls. It is essential.
Kilo is on a 4-mile final for RNAV runway 23, low approach only, Marion.
Okay, so normal landing at first.
Traffic,
I want to be
Bravo. We're done
on the centre line,
We're gonna exit.
nice and aligned. I don't want any side load. I want a nice smooth touchdown. I want to be adhering to my airspeed. Alright, we're on a base here, birds there, that's never a good thing. Citabria is already down, so spacing is really good. It's just going to be me and him in the pattern for now, but that doesn't mean that that's not going to change later. So, on final I'm looking for 65 knots. About 75, 70 to 75 on a base.
Land north, Stallibrass 29 Lima, right crosswind, runway 9, or land north.
All on and off, check 3917 X-ray, turning final, runway 09, touch and go, all on and off. Alright, here we go. Citabria is in sight. Final notch of flaps there. Some people don't like doing flaps in a turn. I've never really shied away from it. Keep that speed up, keep that nose down. My nose is way too high, so I need to get that nose
land north,
down.
Stallibrass 29 Lima, right down runway 9, touch go, land north.
There we go. Okay, so line, my airspeed's just a little bit high. I want to land within the first third of the runway, especially on this runway being fairly short. 2,600 feet is all that's available.
Traffic,
speed is way too fast. That's that first excuse. I'm used to landing a big Airbus, 150,000 pound A220. So coming into this light aircraft is a little bit weird. First third of the runway, I got my airspeed a little bit all over the place. Power idle, bringing it to ground effect. Could have flared a little bit more, but flaps are up. Centre line, still got it. And full power, we're away. I think, oh God, alright, 65, rotate. Welcome back to the sky.
Runway 23,
bit squirrely.
Southwest, last call, Marion.
Like I said, you know, I don't want to make excuses here, but I got a pain in my shoulder. No, I'm just kidding. We'll turn on to a downwind. On and off, check 3917 X-ray, turning right downwind, runway 09, on and off. Citabria is up. That was a short approach if I've ever seen one. Get to 1,000 feet, we'll make sure to keep it in so close so we don't impede him. Although that shouldn't really be a concern, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Shouldn't really rush to do things. I feel like I can do it safely. Alright, I'm going to do another normal one just to get a feel again, because that one was a little bit squirrely towards the end, so still, here we go. Alright, bring that power back. Within the white arc, it is choppy out here, man. Yeah, like I'm feeling this. 10 degrees flaps, nose comes down. Airspeed control was a little bit all over the place on the first one as well. You know, I always told students when I was instructing, you know, tell the examiner what speed you're looking to get and then hold it. You know, like aim for it, get it, do that. Alright, turning base. About 70 to 75 on a base is what we want. Turning in, I'm going to get second notch flaps in here. All on and off, checking 3917 X-ray, turning right base, runway 09, touch and go all on and off. Yeah, good space in there.
Land north, Stallibrass 29 Lima, right down on runway 9, touch and go land north.
Yeah, perfect. Alright, a little bit high, that's okay. Here we go, turning final. Alright, 65 again over the runway is what I want. I've got 65, all on and off, check 3917 X-ray, final runway 09, touch and go, on and off. Alright, hold this, you got it. You don't need to be doing like big changes on the thing, you just hold this. Alright, now it wants to...
Line north, start break 29, Lima, right base, runway 9, touch and go, line north.
Just finesse it, man, finesse it. Finesse it, lad, finesse it. 65, we got the airspeed, we don't need to look at it anymore. We're over the runway, we're pulling it into ground effect, eyes are going to the end. Don't focus on the runway, it's dead ahead of you. Oh, yeah, alright, we'll take that one, we'll take it, take it. Alright, here we go. Full power, flaps are up. 65, rotate. She flies, welcome back to the sky.
Land north, Starbreak 29 Lima, final runway 9, touch and go, land north.
Alright, this time I'm going to come in with no power. This is going to be a power off 180. Alright, so I'm going to go power idle here. We're up at 1,000 feet. Power's idle. Think about this. I don't want to put in flaps too early.
Land north, Starbreak 29 Lima, right crosswind, runway 9, land north.
Wow, it is choppy. Alright, so I need to get it to my best glide speed. About 73 knots. I can lose altitude easily, I can't gain altitude easily, so I'm not going to bring it out too far. I'm going to put 10 degrees of flaps in now, that's going to help me. On and off, check 3917 X-ray, turning right base, runway 09, on and off. Very high.
Land north, 29 Lima, right downwind, runway 9, touch go, land north.
On and off, check 3917 X-ray, turning final, runway 09, on and off. Alright, well this is going to take a little bit of slipping to help me bring this thing down. Don't do it too early though, because I don't want to be in the grass. Airspeed's fine for now. I could probably afford to slip that in a little bit, just a little bit of finesse here. Airspeed's okay. Airspeed's fine. Airspeed's alright. Now I need to start getting it back to a slower airspeed, about 65 knots or so. Should be flaring now. Alright, there we go.
Land north, Starbreak 29 Lima,
Flaps
right
up.
base to final, runway 9.
Let's roll.
Go, land north.
I want to see if I can actually make a point now. Okay. I want to be within 200 feet of the beginning of the runway. Alright. That's what I'm going to aim for. No, within 200 feet of the windsock. I've kind of tested the waters a little bit, and it feels like I can take it out a little bit further than I am taking it to be able to be fully accurate here. I want to make it down where the windsock is, within 200 feet of the windsock. Not before it, but within 200 feet. Power's idle, we've lost the engine, kind of, ish. Trimming for 73 knots, which is best glide speed in this bird. I'm going to make a nice shallow turn onto base here. And it's going to steepen up as I realise that I'm probably a little bit too low.
29 Lima, right downwind, runway 9, touch go, land north.
On and off, check 3917 X-ray, going to be based the final runway 09, on and off. And I need 73 knots, please. As I turn towards the runway, I realise that I am far, far too low. Actually, I might not be too low, you know. I might be alright here. Don't know why I'm keeping right rudder in there. Don't know why my hand isn't on the throttle. Here we go. It's, yeah, I mean, it's looking like we're going to touch down in the grass, but this is where a little trick comes in. Boom, boom, boom. Little bit of a jolt, or a little bit of a boost with the flaps is going to boost us all the way to the runway. And
Land north, Starbreak 29 Lima, right base.
Within 200 feet
go, land north.
of the windsock. I don't know how I've pulled that off. 65, rotate. I'll come back to the sky. Hey, it wasn't exactly on the windsock, but it was within 200 feet, and I'll take that. This will be a soft field landing to finish it off. Alright, we'll bring it back. White arc, 10 degrees.
Land north, Starbreak 29 Lima, right crosswind, runway 9, land north.
72 kilo Mike will be landing.
Alright, here we go, we're descending. Turn onto a base, all on the north, Cherokee 3917 X-ray, turning right base, runway 09, full stop, all on the north. Alright, we're going 25 degrees of
Carrier
flaps,
County, Bucky 335 on a 1 mile.
Finals clear, all good, all looking good.
Line north, Starbreak 29 Lima, right downwind, runway 9er, touch go, or Leonard north.
Here we go, turning on to final. So I want to touch down first third of the runway, as smooth as humanly possible, on centre line, keep the nose up, keep it off the grass. Simulating we're coming in on grass here. And I've had people make ridiculous comments like, you can't do a real soft field on a hard surface. Is the most obvious thing anybody has ever said, ever. Thank you, YouTube comment section. The keyboard warriors really think they're doing something for society. Wipe that Cheeto grease off your hand and go and get a job. Anyway, yeah, I know, it's not a soft field, but I can simulate it. Here we go. 65 knots coming in. Nice and relaxed, loosey-goosey.
North, Starbreak 29 Lima, right base, runway 9, touch go, Leonard north.
Here we go. Alright. Bringing it into ground effect. I'm going to keep a little bit of power in there in ground effect just to help me kind of touch it down. The power's coming back. Keep the nose up. There it goes. And I'm going to let it down now. And flaps coming up just because I need to get off for the Stallibrass behind me. But in a normal situation, I'd keep the nose up, I'd keep the flaps in there. And yeah, all on the north, Cherokee 3917 X-ray. We are clear, runway 9, all on the north.
Have a good one.
You too, brother. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time on Ludix Aviation. Your one-stop shop for fun. Your one-stop shop for inconsistent upload schedules.